Hi friends. Today I want to do a tag video. I've seen a couple other booktubers doing this in honor of Alice from Alice and the Giant Bookshelf, who passed away last month. Alice had created a tag called the Hercule Poirot Mystery Book Tag. Hercule Poirot is Agatha Christie's famous detective and was Alice's favorite. So I want to go through the tag, and it was actually kind of hard to come up with answers, mainly because I don't remember things. Like I'm that person that can sing along with a song but not tell you what the song's called and who it's by. Similar with books. When I read through these prompts, I'm like, oh yeah, I have read a book like that. I don't remember which one it is. I don't know if that's age, if that's my chronic illness, or just bad memory. Once I hear the title and look at the book, I can remember what it's about. I don't know, just a quirk, that is me. So the first one, and I will link below Alice's original video. Hercule Poirot is a detective who is extremely proud of his achievements. In The Mystery of the Blue Train, he announced, "My name is Hercule Poirot, and I'm probably the greatest detective in the world. If not Poirot, who is your favorite detective, and what book do you recommend featuring your favorite?" So I haven't read or committed to reading any series, ongoing long series with a detective. I do like a good detective mystery, but it's not my always go-to genre. But I will say that my favorite Agatha Christie detective is not really a detective. She's kind of like very smart and figures things out, and that's Miss Marple. I know. I like a quirky older character, and this is the complete short stories of Miss Marple, and I haven't read many of Miss Marple's mysteries yet. I have read The Body in the Library, which I really enjoyed, and hope to get more of Miss Marple's stories. Then there's also you'll see a pattern here. The other one that I really enjoyed, that I've only read the first one and I really want to get to the rest of them, is The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. I have had the second book on my holds on the Libby app, and every time it comes up, I'm in the middle of like 3 or 4 books, and so I delay it, and then it comes up again, and I'm in the middle of 3 or 4 books. So I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. I really enjoyed the audiobook for the first one, so I kind of want to listen to the rest of them that way. We'll see. Excuse me. Hercule Poirot famously uses his little gray cells to solve cases. Have you ever solved an Agatha Christie mystery? If yes, which one? If no, is there an author whose mysteries you have solved? No. I always try. Agatha Christie's books are very just beyond me. I can't figure them out. I think I figured them out. I'm close, and then I'm totally wrong. I don't remember that there's been a mystery that I have figured out quickly not that I can think of, but I'm gonna keep trying. Definitely keep trying. The Mysterious Affair at Styles, which I have read and really liked, is the introduction to Hercule Poirot. Recommend a first book in a series where you met one of your favorite characters. again, I read the first one. I have yet to read the second one. I also own I own both of them, but I don't know where my copy of the first one is. And that is Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter. It starts featuring the detective Andrea Oliver. The second one is Girl Forgotten, and I haven't read it yet. I don't know. I haven't gotten to it yet. Murder on the Orient Express. Agatha Christie wrote several Poirot books set on different types of transport. What is your favorite mystery set on a train, plane, or boat? So I thought about this, and I honestly can't remember many that I've read that have been on a train, a plane, or a boat. The most recent one that I read and enjoyed was The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware, which is on a boat. I don't know where my copy is. It's probably hanging out with my Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter, wherever that is. And I don't really remember. I'm much more of like a gothic house setting, which is another question on the tag. But yeah, I don't think I've read too many with a train, a plane, or a boat. Yep, got to get on that one too. All right, so the next one is The ABC Murders, features a killer working their way through an alphabet of victims. Recommend a mystery involving a serial killer. And that is going to be The Nothing Man by Catherine Ryan Howard. I read this year. I'm pretty sure I read this year. So the first book that I read by Catherine Ryan Howard was 56 Hours, which was about the pandemic. And I was gripped in that book by Catherine Ryan Howard's writing. And I'm slowly working my way through her backlist. She has recent ones that I've not read either, so I need to get to those too. But The Nothing Man is about a young girl who survives the killing of her family. And the Nothing Man is a serial attacker. So there's a series of crimes that he's committed, and she is trying to remember, catch him, that type of thing. It was really good. It is a book where you know who the Nothing Man is and see his story converge with hers, the little girl who's now an adult. I enjoy that, where you already know who it is, and you're gonna see how they connect. So that is definitely one I recommend. Dumb Witness. Bob the dog helps Poirot's investigation in this one. Can you recommend a book where an animal helps to solve the case? Again, as is a theme in my answers to this, I read Dog on It by Spencer Quinn, and it's really like a cozy mystery with a dog. I enjoyed it. I think I donated my copy. Not sure why. Maybe I sold it. I can't remember. Memory again. But yeah, it's about a police officer, detective that has a dog that's basically smarter than any of us and figures things out and comes to everybody's rescue. And it's a border collie, and it's a long series. I would really like to get into that one still. Like I said, I really liked the first one. All right, number 7, Five Little Pigs. Poirot solves several cases in his time that have been closed for years. Which is your favorite cold case Poirot? If you don't have one, can you recommend any other authors, detectives who have solved a past cold case? The one I thought of was The Night Swim by Megan Golden. It is a story about a podcaster who goes to a town to cover a trial, and the sister of a believed to be drowning victim to get her to look at her sister's case. And it kind of goes from there. It's really good. And again, there's a second, it's not a series, but it follows the same podcaster called The Dark Corners that I have not read yet. All right, number 8, Dead Man's Folly is famously set in Agatha Christie's own holiday home, Greenway. What is your favorite murder mystery setting? So we've definitely talked about this before. Gothic house, mansion, something like that. Yeah, I just like a creepy old house. I mentioned on here before that I grew up going to an old creepy mansion that some family owned and lived in for like the time I was maybe 6 to, I don't know, 8 or 9, and it had a creepy back stairway. It was always dark. My little cousins were always jumping out at me. That was definitely, maybe that feeds my Gothic mansion vibes. One of the ones that to me read like, and this is just my opinion, don't come for me if you don't agree, read like a Christie mystery set in a remote house was The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. So far, I've only read 3 of Ruth Ware's books, and this is still my favorite. Then there is When the Reckoning Comes by LaTanya McQueen. This is set on a plantation that has been turned into like an event space, and someone is having their wedding there, and there's a murder, and it's creepy, very creepy. Very creepy. And then I think the other one I was thinking of was The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. I have only read one. Have I only read one Simone St. James? I think I've only read one. I have another one. I am behind the times. Yeah, I'm behind the times on Simone St. James. But The Broken Girls is in a sort of centers around a haunted, abandoned school, girls' school. This is also about a cold case. I forgot about that. This is a cold case. So this would fit the other category as well. Do you have a favorite Poirot mystery? If not, tell us a favorite mystery you've read recently. So my favorite that I've read, and this goes into the next question too, is that I haven't read very many, is The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. I was guessing and thought I had it figured out until the last page. And that's what Agatha Christie does, and totally shocks you sometimes. That actually, most of the time, she totally shocks me. All right, number 10. How many Poirot books have you read? If you've not read any or haven't read many yet, which one do you plan to read next? So I've read 3. I've read The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. I've read The Mysterious Affair at Styles. And I've read And Then There Were None. I own several of his that I have not read yet. I have the next one, The Murder on the Links. I think this is the second one. I started to read them in order, but some of them are really hard to find. So the other ones, I wanted to share the other ones that I have, and you can let me know in the comments if you've read any of these and if you like them and recommend. So I have Sad Cypress. I have the ABC Murders, which is mentioned in the tag. The Murder at the Links, which we talked about. I have Death on the Nile, which is probably the most famous one. I have The Third Girl. And then I have Hercule Poirot's Christmas, which hopefully I'll read at Christmas time. Those are the ones I own. I own a couple of Miss Marple. I have The Murder is Announced. And then I also have The Pale Horse, which features Mark Estabrook and his sidekick, Ginger Corrigan. So this is another one. Have you guys read any of these? Do you recommend them? Again, I'll link the original tag that Alice did, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, below, and also put the questions below if you would like to do the tag as well. And I am sending a lot of love and care to Alice's friends and family. She's going to be greatly missed.